Hi all, very good morning. Myself Shreya. I'm working as a senior ServiceNow developer. Overall 5+ years into development implementation. I handle ITSM module along with that integrations. So in this course also we are going to learn all the concepts of ITSM. Okay, firstly, what is ITSM? What is ServiceNow? I'll be covering everything here. So ITSM stands for Information Technology Service Management. Okay, that means how services are taken care in one particular organization or a firm. How importance is given for the service management. What are the functionalities that we have to know once you start working in real time? Okay, so from we'll be covering all the core activities of ITSM following the best practices of ITIL. So we have a ITIL framework here. What is that? Why we use it in ServiceNow? Okay, so what is ServiceNow? Why it is trending in the market? Who are the competitors for ServiceNow? All these uh, points I'm going to cover. Just give me a minute. I'll share my screen. So ServiceNow, in short form, we call it as a SNOW. Okay, and in our course, we are going to cover the major part of ServiceNow, which is ITSM module. We have various modules in ServiceNow. It's a vast subject, but to understand any other module, you have to know the detail information or core activities of ITSM concepts, because here you'll be learning all the required functionalities like what is a client script, what is a business rule, what are the service side logics we have, what is a code side logics we apply here. Okay, so each and everything in ITSM is really important for you to learn any other module in ServiceNow. We have various modules. So I'll be just moving to next slide. Here you can see what is ServiceNow. Makes the world work better for anyone. Okay, many companies are in race to adopt to ServiceNow application or a platform. Why it is called as a cloud-based application? What is the use of having any cloud-based application? So firstly, I'll just tell you here, when we were like young or when we were in our 20s, usually we used to have a softwares which we used to download them and run them on the virtual machines or a laptop, where the most of the concern was into storing it, and the storage systems were not so great, right? But when it comes to cloud applications, you need not to take that headache at all, because clouding itself is nothing but a cloud team will take care of the storage part. You can access the service now from any web browser and just have to validate your credentials and use this from any part of this world. That is a major advantage. And coming to storing the data, you need not to worry. We have a cloud stations who take care of this. And whenever we our tie-up with ServiceNow has allied partners or a golden partners. Mostly all the MNCs and the big firms are partners with ServiceNow. They give a package of it where storing and maintenance, everything is taken care. As this is a one of the big vendor. Okay, coming to the solutions here, ServiceNow help to digitalize the process for other organizations. For example, there is a pharmaceutical company. They need someone to assist their service management. What is service management here? For example, I'm buying a mobile phone on my Amazon. I have received a defective product. What do I do? What would be my approach? Yeah, you can unmute and you can talk, no problem. I always want the sessions to be more interactive. Hello, Malik, Anusha, Naveen.
We call the customer care and we give the complaint.
Yes, we'll try this approach. We'll either chat with them or we'll draft a mail. All these are the ways to reach out to the technical team for some help, right? Likewise, in ServiceNow, usually in any organization, as we are all employees, we face certain technical glitches, or we may need certain products or additional softwares for our day-to-day activities, right? So in that scenarios, you cannot go back to your manager or a HR all the time. You definitely have a dedicated concerned members to reach out, but rather than that, we have a tool like ServiceNow which helps you to fix certain requirements, like just by raising a request in the application, tracking it, knowing the status of it. You can do everything, like until you receive the product, you can chat with the person who is working on your case. So usually this type of services, we call it as a ticketing system. Okay, but apart from ticketing system, you have a vast scope to build, develop, implement the functionalities in ServiceNow. Okay, it is not only restricted to ticketing system. Ticketing system is also a big part in ServiceNow, ITSM. But apart from that, we also have a major areas where we go and develop the functionalities. Okay, and coming to this, see, solutions help digitalize and unify organizations so that you can find smarter, faster, better ways to make workflow. What is a workflow? That gives you an approach, step to step. For example, I have placed a laptop today. Tomorrow, I can track it, like where it is. Is it near to my destination location, or do I need to provide any additional information? Likewise, there will be a stepwise process that will be showing to you, and those are nothing but a workflows or a flow designer, which are the key elements of this ITSM practices. Okay, so employees and customers can be more connected, more innovative, more agile, and can we create the future what's what is really been trending. Okay, the world works with service now. This statement is completely true, guys. And coming to I'm sorry, service now is a ticketing tool. I'm sorry, yeah, is a ticketing tool that catalogs and processes customer service request. Not only a ticketing system, guys. As I told you, we have a flexibility to create our own products and catalog them and present them on a portal. Okay, most of the companies want the same. That's the reason we have a clients from almost all the domains. Okay, through service now we can invoke the request, handle the changes, incidents, problem managements, usually knowledge managements, problem managements. ITL is an integrated process, and this ITL concepts are very important. Okay. Uh, Apart from that, ServiceNow is still trending or booming in the market. As one main reason is the version system. What is this version? As we all have a smart device in our hands, we keep on upgrading our software, right? Because every software will have a new additional features. Likewise, in ServiceNow, we have a version system. For every 6 months, there will be a new release, and in new release, you are going to experience new functionalities or added up features that are better than your previous version. The UI interface would be different. You have more feasible concepts to implement and use them in your day-to-day activities. Okay, that is the major advantage of having versions. And current version is Xanadu, which was released in this year 2024 in the late of September. And once there is a release in the market, you'll have a release notes, and this release features information is available. So you'll have everything documented. You can just go through those documents and gain some knowledge, like what was the latest release, how we can implement it in our live projects. Okay, past version is like Washington DC, and up to last three versions only ServiceNow supports. For example, we are in 2024. I cannot go to 2020 version and I can use it on my system. Okay, because as I told you, version to version, the things keep on upgrading. So always working on the latest version, keep you updated with the technology that is being more smarter and faster. Okay, coming to this, we have a upgrades action. What is this upgrades? Like how you can upgrade your instance. For suppose I'm working from 6 years into ServiceNow. The technology was rapidly growing, and the UI interface or the concepts that keep on changing. Okay, so usually this upgrade is nothing but upgrading along with the version, as well as upgrading the system itself. Okay, that means if there is a new version, we also just install it in our system. It is available for us. Likewise, we'll just upgrade our system, and the latest features are directly invoked into the system, and we can use them from the time we upgrade it completely. Okay, see, we have a great action to update the instance to latest features and access new products, additional features from the latest release. Okay, apart from that, there is something more important about ServiceNow is PDI. What is this PDI? Personal Developer Instance. That means once you got a like once you are placed in good company and got a project into ServiceNow, okay, you will not be like clueless like how to handle this tool, because here you will be learning all the concepts hands on here with the PDI. This is nothing but a demo instance, you can call it, or a personal developer instance is a right word for this. And this is free of cost, you need not to pay anything for it. You just need to validate, like create account and validate it with the proper credentials. Once you have this account, it is free of cost and you can start implementing what you are going to do it in your real time. And to do that, we have a link that is provided, so I'll also be showing you how we can operate this PDI. Coming to the modules, we have various modules in ServiceNow, as I told: service management, enterprise cloud, custom application development, platform, nothing but a service platform we have. Okay, portal we have, ITSM concepts, which I'm discussing right now, service operations, customer service management, ITOM, GRC, HR service delivery, digitalizing the workflows and flow designers. ITBM stands for Information Technology Business Management. OM stands for Operations Management, Service Mapping and Discovery. So these are the various module names I'm just giving you as a reference. Okay, here we are going to cover all the concepts of ITSM. So what is ITSM? Usually it's a Information Technology Service Management. That is nothing but with
So
technology
Shreya,
concepts.
you mean to say that there are around 10 to 12 things
No, more,
modules?
no more than 10 to 12 modules.
I'm just
See.
approximately I'm saying there is
Mhm,
whatever list you have mentioned. In this, ITSM is one of the concept. So you
mhm.
would be covering only ITSM, not other things. Am I correct?
Yes, because see, ITSM itself is a vast subject, Malik. Itself, it takes around 2 months for you to learn all the concepts. Okay, and I can
Okay.
also provide this basics of integration knowledge. Again, this is also a major concept. See, I can tell you why there is advantage of learning ITSM. If you start working in ITOM or ITBM, they'll ask you to write a client script, UI policy, business rule, whatever it could be, as per the requirement. Okay, but all those concepts are really like deep dive into ITSM only, you can learn them. Okay,
Okay.
the process would be different in other modules. See, usually if you know the ITSM, you can learn other module within next 3 months or 6 months. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, completely I have given a complete time, not a tentative time. So if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are,
got it.
yeah, here we are going to cover all the
Carry.
top. Yeah, sure. We are going to cover all the topics of ITSM. So, information technology service management. That means with technology, we are going to manage the services here. Usually, incident management. What is an incident? Whenever there is something issue or something has occurred, I go and raise an incident. I'm unable to open my laptop. What do? I go and report it to technical team. They are going to just check what is the issue. They'll try to troubleshoot it. Otherwise, they'll assign it to the concerned team, right? And concerned team members are responsible in providing the resolution. So how they are going to raise this ticket? Using a certain incident form. How this incident form has been created, how it is been mastered, how I can have required fields on the form, how I can store the information once someone is creating a record on the incident table, what is a table, why we have tables, how I can make certain fields mandatory. Like this, I'll be showing you a demo. So we'll be covering all the concepts in detail. Okay, coming to ITSM is important and why. See, it's a complete ITSM suite, deliver world class services to your end users nothing but customers. Okay, industry certified ITSM best practices we are going to learn. Streamline your IT help desk now with a service desk and all smart essentials you need. Describing the management end to end of service delivery to meet business goals, including the creation, delivery, support of all the IT services. How to deal with everyday task and responsibility based on various rules. So even if you are working for ITSM, we have a architect, consultant, uh, developer, senior developer, junior developer, support engineer, okay, testers. So on various roles you will be gaining lots of knowledge. Coming to the competitors, yes, definitely every tool or a platform will have a competitors. Likewise for ServiceNow we have a very big competitors. If I talk about SAP, IBM, BMC Remedy. BMC Remedy was the one big tool that has shaken the market, guys. It was a very big hit for ticketing system usually, okay, but now it is migrated into ServiceNow, and all the developers or consultants who are part of BMC application now move to ServiceNow. So you can just imagine how progressive ServiceNow is keep on growing the technology. And one more advantage of ServiceNow, they want low code, no code. Why? What is this low code, no code? That means a minimum number of lines they want to write for a functionality or to achieve some requirement. They don't want to I'll answer your questions little late, guys. I'm sorry. I'll check the chat. So in this service now, usually you have a two methods. One is tool operations. That means from tool settings or tool level of configuration changes, you can achieve it. Otherwise, you can go for scripting. And the precedence is given in this format where 65 to 70% weightage is given for tool activities, 35% or 30% weightage is given to scripting. And coming to scripting, what type of scripts we use here? JavaScript. And again, we will not be using the native JavaScript here, but we will be using the libraries of JavaScript. But if you know a good level of JavaScript, that is an added advantage. Even in this course, I can help you with certain URLs, site links, certain course links, as well as the YouTube links, from where you can just boost your knowledge in service JavaScript area. And JavaScript required for ServiceNow, if you learn that much, is important. Okay, you need not to be a pro in JavaScript. Like basics like why we use if loop, what is a commenting, why we have while loop, where do we actually call the APIs. API system is something makes your work more flexible and easy. Okay, what is API? Application Programming Interface. Okay, where we have a defined methods. I'll be showing you all those in example. So Ivanti, SolarWinds, Broadcom, Manage Engine, Microsoft. Yes, the overall rating for ServiceNow is more than 4.5. And coming to ITIL framework, as I told you, ServiceNow ITSM works purely on this ITIL. It's a framework with a version 4 we'll be using. ITIL stands for Information Technology Infrastructure Library, where the best practices are being designed here, like what is the process to be followed, what is the design implement methods that we have to progress, where who are treated as a crucial part of the business are nothing but a customer. So the major importance is given for customer service management, how these things have been uh, designed. Everything will be learning. There are various advantages of using ITIL. And coming to the version we'll be using 4, and this best practices will help you a lot, not only for ITSM, but many other tools are also working on this ITL concepts. Okay, so coming to industries, you may have a question where all we can use this service now, or any healthcare, biotechnology and pharmaceuticals, financial services, mainly banking, high security standards, telecommunication, media, technology, education, service management, food ordering like hotel management, beverage industry, higher education like life sciences, public sector. If I talk about various clients are a part of this service now. Okay, almost in all the domains you can use this. And coming to, we have a out of the box concepts. What is this out of the box? That is something that is provided by ServiceNow. Nowadays, if you install your like a software, phone pay, Google Pay, these apps are auto available for us, right? You need not to go and download them from Play Store or something else. Okay, but here likewise, here few things are already given by ServiceNow. As per your requirement, you will be go and customize it. That is called as out of the box functionality. And almost all the concepts are out of the box, so that is added advantage for you, as this is the most user friendly tool which I recommend. Coming to server side and client side, yes, we have a front and back end. Likewise, we have a server side and a client side. We have a different APIs that works on server side, different APIs that works on client side. In details of each and every API which works on server side and client side, we'll be learning to a deeper level. Okay, for example, Glide Systems is a server side API, Glide Record, Glide Date and Time, Glide Form, Glide User, Glide Ajax. Okay, ServiceNow is the most user friendly tool with low code and no code concepts. Okay, yeah, this is the PDI, guys. What does this PDI? Nothing but a personal developer instance or a demo instance, which I have already mentioned. This is the logo of ServiceNow, and here if I just click on start building. Shravya, can you explain a little slowly or a bit fast? Oh, sorry, Anusha has it's a theory and I have a less time for demo. I have to give you overview of all the concepts that we learned for 2 months. Sure, I'll try to go a little slow. So this is the platform here. If you see, you have a product documentation. That means for each and every concept that is available in ServiceNow, you have a written notes with a detailed information from ServiceNow. That is added advantage. And we have so many other courses which are free of cost, which are some of them are paid again. Okay. So this is my native
Shreya,
UI. Yeah.
Shreya, sorry to interrupt you. So
Yes.
you can go little slow because we can continue tomorrow also.
Okay, that is fine. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because anyway, we will give four sessions for the students. So
Mm-hmm.
go little slowly. Okay.
Sure, no problem. So, guys, this is my ServiceNow homepage or native UI page you can consider. Okay, if you see, this is the logo which I have customized it. Every time when you just create a new account, you'll have it with ServiceNow logo. But we also have a feasibility to design our own logos, domain names. That is how it works, right? If you work for IBM want everything with their logos and marketing statistics they follow domain name with their name. Likewise, we can also do that for the clients. Apart from that, if you see all, what is this all? This is a left navigator. This is a unified navigator filter, and as this is located to your left side, we simply call it as a left navigator. All the menus, modules, applications, functionalities, features that are there in ServiceNow are listed out here. See, there are many. So based on my role that I hold on my profile, I will have access to these modules and menus. Okay, is it fine, or you want me to go little more slow? Someone please confirm. Anusha or Malik, someone.
I think you're fine as far as you provide recordings later on to go through.
Yes, sure. I'll
It's
definitely give recordings.
it's
Yep.
fine for me too.
Sure. Thank you. So here on this left navigator, if I just type incident, I'll be seeing a dedicated module designed for incidents. See, we have a create new, assign to me, open unassigned, resolved, all. So when I just click on create new, what happens? It takes me to the incident form. Why we have a form? To create a records. What type of information we have to give here? For example, who is the caller? For example, I have issue with myself, like I'm unable to request for a new mouse. So I'll just fill my information here on the caller field. Okay, so wherever you see this lookup icon or a magnifying glass symbol, you can simply remember like a thumb rule, it is called as a reference field. What this reference field does, it refer the value from some other table and populate it here. So when I just click here, it takes me to the user table where all the user information is being stored. See, sys underscore user, this is the backend name of your table. So from URL, you can read a lot of information in ServiceNow. Likewise, on what table we are surfing in, you can read it on the URL. And here, if you see, this is the label name of your table. This is the backend name of your table. Why we have a label name and a backend name? Label name is for our reference. Backend name is for writing any scripts, and more weightage is given for the backend names. So if you just see here, we have 638 users. I can select any user here. By default, whenever you create a new demo instance, system admin is the account or the profile is created. So system admin is none other than us. Okay, if you want, you can also just modify this. So I just selected system admin, and we have a category. What does this category and subcategory? I have to let them know under which category I'm facing issue. Is it related to hardware, software, database, inquiry? If you want to add more options, that is also possible. For example, I'm selecting network, and subcategory is another field where you have options related to network. See, when it is network, DHCP or DNS, these are protocols: IP address, VPN. Wireless is nothing but again Wi-Fi. Okay, if I modify my category to database, the choice related to database are populated under subcategory like DB2, MS SQL Server, Oracle. So what happens when we modify it to hardware again? So the choices related to hardware are displayed. It takes see, CPU, disk, keyboard. That means this subcategory is dependent on category choice selection. This is called as dependency choice creation. So in real time, you have a requirement to create certain form like this, where you have to go and add fields like number field, color field, category, subcategory. Everything we are going to do it in a live scenario examples. Okay, you have a requirement to create something like this. For example, I'll correlate it with our real-time examples. Like I have two options, veg and non-veg. When I select veg, only veg options should be displayed on my choice list. When I select non-veg, only non-veg options should be displayed. So likewise, for any type of requirement, you can create this dependency choice. And coming to location, if I select the caller, based on that caller details, the location is populated. How it is working, how we can have a email also to be displayed on the form. Do we really need to write a script for everything? No. Okay, coming to configuration items, these are nothing but a CIs, in short name we call it. So every CI will have a service offering connected. These are part of our different thing, which is like a service mapping and all. So under which service are we actually going to work on network related issues? So we'll have a dedicated service offering and CI information. So how we can populate that? And coming to short description, you have to brief about your issue. Coming to description, the elaborated issue information is provided here. For example, I have 3-4 service accounts. So for which account I'm having an issue, I can provide that particular account user information or official mail details. Okay, coming to state, this field defines whether it's a new case, or it's a in progress case, or it is a on hold, resolved, or closed. Okay, transition state is nothing but, for example, if you see this caller field and a short description fields are mandatory fields. What is this mandatory fields? For example, I'll try to save the form. How do I save a form? We have a submit button. One thing, you can just click on the submit button. See, if I just click on the submit button, I can see there is a error message. The following mandatory fields are not filled, which is short description. That means without filling this mandatory fields, system doesn't allow you to save or submit the form. Okay, this gray space is called as a header or a banner. If you just give a right click, you can see save button. I cannot save the record. Submit is like after filling all the information, I can submit the record. Saving is nothing but if I fill few details, I want to save this record instead of setting it in draft or leaving it alone. Okay. Likewise, as I told you, state will tell you, is it a fresh case or in progress. For example, uh, like there is a person called Dravid, he's working on my this particular case and he needs certain information from me, then he'll just put it on hold. See, when I select on hold, only on hold reason is visible on the form. When I select any other reason, it is not visible on the form. How this is being designed, how we can achieve certain functionalities on the form. And when I select on hold reason is mandatory and I have to select either of these options. Again, awaiting caller, that means there needs some information from the caller. A notification is triggered to caller, how the notifications are created and mastered. Okay, what is this change problem? And awaiting vendor is nothing but a ServiceNow product management itself. Okay, we have a various concepts to learn. And now when I see channel, that means which mode of type you are choosing to create this particular incident. Is it by chat, virtual agent, email, phone number, service, or by any chat boot, or by walking into that particular organization? So which method you are choosing, that gets populated. And coming to impact and urgency, that means if I have a issue here, how much impact I'm having with that particular issue, I have to select, is it high, medium, or low? And coming to urgency again, I have yeah, I just made it a read only, guys. Read only is nothing but, see, priority and urgency are been restricted. You can read the information, but you don't have an option to set the information. Okay, for my other batches, we were working on other concepts, so we have made it read only. But it is also editable field. We can also do that. So this impact and urgency sets the priority. That means urgency again, it is 1 high, 2 moderate, or 3 low. I can choose a value. These two fields defines my priority. So if it is priority 1, that means it's a critical case. I just have 8 hours time to fix it. And if I'm just crossing the time, due time, which is set by the ITSM process, I have to face certain escalations, or I need to go and pay some penalties, or I'll have a uh, like escalation chain going on this particular case. So we have certain headaches to take care again. So instead of that, because there is a concept called SLA management here. What is SLA? Service level agreements. That is nothing but whenever we have a discussion between the client and the service provider, the client will give set of conditions that if there is a critical case P1, within 8 hours it has to be resolved. Within 1 hour, someone has to be assigned to this incident. Okay, like that, they'll set certain rules, and based on that, we'll create a SLAs, and SLA will be attached to the incident. I'll show you. So I'll just type test. Has these two fields are mandatory. I'm just filling some random information. See,
SLA
if
is
you,
service level agreement, right?
it's a service level agreement. Yes. Okay, if you see the SysID, this is nothing but a system ID. This is created for this particular record. Okay, I'm sorry, we made certain changes on this PDI. Okay, and if I just scroll down, there is no SLA still triggered. Let's change the value here. See, if I change the impact or urgency value, work notes is mandatory. This is the one type of development we are going to do. Okay. So here, if you see priority 3 SLA is been attached and there is a breach time, it shows it is in progress, and the target of this SLA is resolution. Is it SLA, OLA, or underpinning contracts? We have 3 types of SLAs. Is it breached or it still have a time? Are we in safe zone or we are in risk? Everything we can calculate from here. If we have any child incidents, I can see metric tells you that, for example, it is been assigned to Sham for 10 hours. Later, Sham has assigned it to Ramya. That means for how long Sham has worked on this case can be tracked from this metric. So likewise, we have various concepts to learn. This is attachment. How can I add attachment? How can I also create a child instance holding the same parent attachment? Okay, this is activity stream. That means what is happening between the customer and the assignment team, if there are exchanging any comments, how can I track it? Work notes is nothing but a internal exchange of comments between other teams. Additional comments is between the customer. That means customer can read only additional comments. How can I tag a customer here, and how can I write a comment to the customer? It will send a notification. How I can see this notification? See, hi, today is Sunday. So let's plan for a call on Monday. Something like this. Here I'm just giving some random statement, but in real time, according to the requirement, you'll be just writing some statements and you'll be posting it. Now user can track it on the portal or from the method that he choose to create this incident, as well as he will also receive a notification. And coming here, we have a watch list and work notes list. What is this watch list? That means my manager asked me, what is the status of your incident that you requested for a new software? Why it is not installed? Then I can simply come and add him to this. So this is a watch list. Here you have a reference icon or a lookup icon. When you just select, for example, my manager is Alfonso, I can just add him and lock it. Along with me, a notification is triggered or the updates are shared with my manager. Okay, if you want add yourself to the watch list, you can also do that. Okay, and if I just set the state to resolved, I provided the information to the caller. Now I want to resolve it. So see, resolution information is mandatory. I have to fill this resolution code and resolution notes. If I try to skip it, system doesn't allow. So here, if you see, the following mandatory fields are not filled, which are close code and close notes. Okay, those are backend names of your resolution code and resolution notes. And after resolving the case, is it good practice to reopen it up to a window period of 7 days or 10 days? We can reopen the case. And if I reopen it again, which team is going to work on my incident? All this process you are going to learn. You are going to cover all the admin task, development task, and implement the concepts in real time. Okay. Assignment group. If I just click here on the assignment group field, it redirects you to the group table where you have a list of groups. See, we have 42 groups. Apart from that, you have a flexibility to create your own group, add users to the group. Okay, what are the best practices to add members to the group? Everything we are going to cover. And coming to this, for example, I'm selecting cab approval as a group, and in the assigned to field, which is also a lookup field, which refers to the user table. But here, when I select the group, the persons who are part of that group are listed out here. Okay, I can select Christine. I'm sorry. Yeah. So if I just remove the assignment group, I have a option to select any user from the list. Okay, once it is assigned, see ATF user, once it is assigned, and I'll just keep it new. Yeah, let me save the record. Automatically the system sets the state to in progress. How this is working? We have a workflows here. So for each and every concept, we have a reasoning as well as implementation being implemented in real time. Okay, and what is this follow? These are called as a UI buttons. And here, if you see, this is a personalized form. As a admin, we have a roles in ServiceNow that are crucial and important. So here, as an admin, I don't want configuration item visible on the form. I can remove it directly. I don't want location. I can do that directly. But any other user with a basic roles like ITL or some other roles, they don't have this functionality to enable or disable fields on the form, and they are able to see only certain fields on the form. For example, when I just go to this profile, okay, just click on this your icon, you will be able to see profile. And when I just open the profile, you can see the view. What is this view? This is also very important in ServiceNow. See, we are under ESS view, and I'm limited to certain fields. I can modify my first name, last name, business phone, mobile number, title, email, date, format, time zone. But when I open the actual user table, how do I do that? If you just type users under user administration, Okay, you have a users, and if I have to open user table every day, I can add it to my favorite. So you have a favorites tab. Okay, you can access it from here daily. For example, this is the user table, and if I just show you, 638 users are there, and this is the label name of your table, and this is the backend name of your table. Okay, in URL you can read a lot of information. See, HTTPS, what does that means? It's a hypertext transfer protocol secure. Your site, whatever you are surfing or whatever you are scrolling, is a secure one. And dev 251136, this is my developer instance name. For each of us will have our own developer instance. Okay, because ServiceNow works on single tenant architecture, and servicenow.com is the domain name. So you can also personalize this while purchasing the product from your vendor. And coming to this is the table name I'm surfing in. And when I open any record from here, just give a right click and on this field all the time. This is called a list, guys, list view of user table, where all the user information is stored. But if you want to explicitly see information of one user, you can open it in a form. See, here I have various fields on the form, but when just look into my profile, only limited fields I'm able to see. How this is being restricted, how I can change this view and see all the fields on the form. And when I just scroll down, I can see what roles this user have, which group he's part of, who can delegate this user, which subscriptions he has subscribed, which client certificates he has on his profile, does he have any custom tables entitled to this user. Okay, like this you can do anything. And for example, this is the table of users. That means all the user information is stored in a table. That table is named as a user table. So likewise, we have a various tables in ServiceNow. You also have a flexibility to create your own table. And in this table, if I want, I can modify something. For example, I want to add a business phone from here. So I just have to give double tap. See, I can just add some random information I'm adding, but in real time, you can also add information to more than one record, like all 638 records are also updated in a go. And if I want to export this information, that means my manager asked me every Monday at 10 a.m. in the morning, you have to share me the user details, like all the user information that is there in the system. That means I should not sit around 8, see how many 638 records. I cannot go and copy details like this in one Excel and give him. That's a time wasting method, or a old school method, which I say. Instead, you can just go and export this. So we have a concept of import and export. Import is nothing but whenever we are bringing some data into ServiceNow, we call it as a import. Whenever we are extracting information from ServiceNow, is called as a export. So in export, we have again Excel, CSV, XML, JSON, PDF. So what is this Excel? As we all know, Excel is a method where it stores information and rows and columns, where we have a sheets. CSV is a comma separated values. XML is a extensible markup language. JSON is a Java script notation, object notation. PDF is again, we have a portrait, landscape, detailed portrait, detailed landscape. So like this, in which method you want to see the data, you can export this information, and you can schedule this reports and share it with your manager. So every Monday, system directly sends a report to your manager. You need not to sit around 8 or 9 and generate it. Okay, so you have so many automated functionalities available in ServiceNow. I'll just go to sheets and open the sheet which I have downloaded now. So from here, I'm just trying to open the sheet. Just go to open, upload the sheet which we have downloaded. So this is the sheet which I have downloaded. See, I can see user ID, name, email. Is this user is active or false? When the account was created, when it was updated, who is the manager, what is the business phone? So likewise, I can have any fields information, and how these tables are created, how these tables are mastered. For example, let me go back to the incidents. So here, by mistakenly, I have deleted this 33 record. So I have deleted it. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I have a escalation from my manager that record has to be active in the table. What you do, I don't know. Just get it back to the table. This is the statement that I received from my manager. Then how do I go and retrieve it back? So under this unified navigator filter, you have a concept called deleted records, which is nothing but a audit table. Audit table will audit each and everything that you are going to delete. So here, if you see, it is on incident table, the incident number ending with 33, by whom it has been deleted, what is a delete recovery key, document key. We have everything in detail. So I'll just click here and it opens in the same tab or in the current tab. And sys audit is the table for storing all the audited information. And here I can see a button called undelete with record. That means it will recover back our related incident or a case. So it is taking time to reload. So this is the payload. What is this payload? This is generated by system, you need not to worry. Okay, and it is in the form of XML. And see, are you sure you want to undelete this record and all related changes? If you just type yes, recovery is done. And up to how many days this deleted incident is available in the audit table, everything. Likewise, we are going to create a table, have our own fields, and customize the form, add different functionalities which are there on our incident problem management, like problem management, incident management, knowledge management. And we are going to create something like that. After that, we may delete the table and recover it back. So likewise, everything in real time, we are going to do it. Is it clear, or you want me to go a little slow, or you are okay with the pace? See, here.
So
Sorry?
Shreya, and this particular thing, you are explaining how we create an incident and how we do this particular thing. Practically speaking, when in production, we use this particular tool, right? So you are
Yes.
trying to explain how we are using it.
Yeah,
So
see how we are using it, how we are going to create it, everything is part of this course. That is what, because see, once you are placed in any support projects, you have to know how it is being used in a right way. Okay, and coming to development, as I told you, how this category subcategory is created, how we have this impact urgency sets priority. That is a development work here. How the state will move to new to in progress once it is been assigned. How if I set it to on hold, the SLA will be holded. So these are development activities here.
okay.
Okay, and coming here, see, I'll show you. If I'm just I'll just go to this number field. We have a dictionary created for each field. Okay, so you'll have a detailed information about that field, what type of field it is, from which table it has been inherited. Okay.
So this particular things only our admin will be having access, am I correct?
No, not like that. Uh, Based on your rules, if you're an ITL user, even you'll have a similar access what admin is able to do. Okay, but admin is a super powerful role. Some other activities he can perform, like deletion, and he can also override certain functionalities which are restricted to other users. Okay, so here there is a dictionary override which we have implemented. So if I just click here on incident table, I just set the override default value. So let me just revert back the changes. See, all my other batches, we do everything on the PDIs, right? We'll never discuss on theoretical based. So see here, if you say a number is being displayed, it is starting with prefix INC. And if I just refresh the form, the number gets auto incremented. How this has been available? If I stop it, my client want it only when I save the record. So how do we achieve it? And what type of scripting we can add on this instance? So for example, so Malik, you can decide any two fields. I'll make them mandatory, read only, or hide it on the form using tool operations as well as from the scripts. I'll show you both the methods.
You can use state and urgency.
State and urgency. Okay. Just give a right click. First, I'll give you 2-level operations. Okay. From dictionary, just click on a field, give a right click. You'll find configure dictionary. And here, see the column name is state. And here I'm making it mandatory just by checking this checkbox.
Yeah.
Okay. And this state will be mandatory for all the forms that you are going to create from now.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't work for one particular form. It is going to be implemented for all the forms. But if you want it on specific view, we can also do that. See, and now, for example, we don't have an none option. That's a reason. Let me add a none option to this. Just go to dictionary again. So here you have the choices, but you can directly drop down with none. You can select this option. These things are nothing but out of the box
Actually, this
functionality.
particular thing, the drop down values, there were multiple things. Only few are being shown. How?
Because this state field is also called on some other tables, right? So over there, they'll be calling these fields. Okay.
Okay, configure dictionary. Yeah.
Just scroll down, you'll see choices. Okay. We have so many choices. We don't have SS and all. These are, if you just get a table field on the form. Okay. This is personalized symbol. Let me
Okay.
get a table field. So table to table, the data keeps differing.
Okay, got it.
Okay. See, as this is a demo, I cannot deep dive into each and every concept and teach you. Okay.
That's
Yeah, see, this is working on asset table. This is working on change request table.
yeah, got it.
Okay. In production, you will be just right away using the form, but in development instance, you will be working on the form and creating the form. Okay. Your client says that I need these fields. It's your duty as a developer to align the fields, create the fields, take care of the type, make the fields mandatory, make the fields read only. Okay. Let me open incident form again. And various shortcuts I'll teach you. So anyhow, we made this field mandatory from here. Likewise, just give a right click and make it read only from the tool configuration. Now I'll jump into scripts. So client script is nothing but a something that explicitly works on the web browser. Okay, so just give a right click, you will find configure, and from here just go to client scripts. Usually we have 4 types of client scripts: on load, on change, on submit, on sell edit. So we will be working on load for a moment. Just click on new. Okay, this is the client script table. Sys underscore script underscore client is a backend name. So I have to give a name for my script. So I'll just give it like November 6th. And UI type. What is this UI type? ServiceNow is accessible on mobile version, portal version, desktop version, and all. Just click on all, choose the type. So I'm going to use it on onload of the form. And here a function is created. This is for describing why you have created this client script. If you want set any messages, you can use this message field. And this script editor is also given by ServiceNow. You can write your JavaScript code. So for example, we have a API called G underscore form, which is a glide form, which purely works on your client side. So all the methods are predefined for us. Those are all out of the box. Okay. So G underscore form dot set mandatory. Using this particular method, I can make any field mandatory on the form. Let me just choose a field from the form. Let's take category. Okay. I have to give the backend name of category and the value is Boolean. See, if you see set mandatory field name, it should be in strings, that nothing but the single quotes. Value should be Boolean. That means true or false. Boolean is nothing but it will have only true or false. G underscore form dot set read only. This is other method. So here I want to set the channel type to read only. Okay. So contact type is a backend name. This is how backend names are very important. And you want to hide a field on the form. So G form dot set visible. Okay. official mail address. I can just copy this backend name from here. Make sure no spaces, because spaces are also considered as a strings here. False. If you want to do it on certain conditions, you'll write a logic for that. Now refresh your form. See, it is read only. You'll not have this field on the form. Category is also mandatory. If I set it to none, you'll see it highlighted in red. If some value is selected, it system thinks, okay, Shreya has selected category as software. You got it? We have written a UI policy. That's the reason channel was mandatory. But in general, if I set it to none, again, refresh. See, it has a read only field, and there is no official address field on the form. Okay, using client script, you are able to do it, but we have various methods again, like UI policies, data policies. We'll be learning all those concepts. Okay, can I move to other concepts? We'll be working on transform maps, SLAs. I'll give you a course curriculum, like the course content. You can just walk through it. I'll show you from where user will be raising a case. This is a backend view, guys. Only few of the users will have access on this. But we have a portal. What is this portal? How we have this Amazon website to shop or to buy something. Likewise, in ServiceNow, to request something or to raise something, we have a portal. This is the ServiceNow portal. Portal is also another module. For working in portal, you need to have a very sound knowledge of JavaScript, Angular, JSS, CS, HTML. That is how module to module, technology wise, your skill set has to be different. Okay, so here if you see, when I create incident, there is a out of the box record producers. So we have a catalogs. What is this catalogs? Catalog management. That is something very important in ServiceNow. Okay, so when I just click here on the incidents, create incident, this is a record producer. There are three types. Catalogs are catalog items, record producers, order guides. So here create an incident record to report and request access with an issue you are having, request assistance with an issue you are having. An incident record will be created and managed through the successful resolution. That means I will just go and select my urgency, unable to connect to office network. This is my issue. So I'll just submit it. Once after clicking on submit, an incident is created. Okay. So see, it is created by system admin. The urgency is medium, and here I have actions to resolve it. At what time it is created, what time it is updated, what is the state of it, and this is your incident number. If you just take this incident number, and we have a global search. Okay, there is a search engine made it available by ServiceNow directly for users. So if you just paste that incident number, it redirects you to that particular instance. See, it is from self-service. Why it is self-service? Because from the portal it is called as a self-service. I can see unable to connect to the office networks, and if I just come here and write some notes to the user, hi, please provide your user ID and other details. So something like this, I just added some comments and posted. Okay, if you just come here and refresh, you can see those comments, and user can reply. Again, he can add any attachments here. What type of attachments can be added, how we can copy one attachment from one instance to other instance. Okay, how we can delete it on the child instance, though it exists on the parent instance. Okay, if you just go back to your instance again, if you want, you can do one thing. You can just go to incident list and also see this incident that is available on the list. See, I'll close the script. It is ending with 329. So we have a created field. I'm just sorting it on created field to see the latest records on the top. Okay, there is attachment. This has been attached by the caller. I can also see that in the activity stream. and what all fields that should be visible on the activity stream. We can also define it. What are these journal fields? How these work notes and additional comments are mandatory on certain conditions. Okay, we have various things to consider: incident management, problem management, knowledge management. What is a knowledge article? For example, I'm searching for something here, so system will search for relevant articles and show up. So if you want to fix it on your own, you can just visit this article, and there is a retirement of articles, there is a flow attached for the articles. How these articles are they helpful to you in troubleshooting your own issue? Is it helpful? You can just rate it. Okay, to whom these articles are visible. Likewise, we have various concepts to learn. For example, let me go back to the incident list. I'll just add this are shortcuts. Instead of going back to navigator and typing incident all, you can just come back to incident list. See, 172 records are there. Now I have to load 1,000 more incident records into the incident table. If I have to go and create an incident, it takes at least 2-3 minutes for me. For 1,000 records, I have to at least spend 3 to 4 hours. Again, I'm just wasting my time. Then how do I load it? And I don't want to have any duplicates. For example, here Malik want to have a instance created for him for one mouse and for keyboard, but if I type Malik, it shows me 10 records. How do I delete those 8 records which are not used? Okay, how do I ignore them without entering into the system? Using transform maps concepts. Okay, we have various concepts like assignment rules, assignment lookup rules, data policies, UI policies. For suppose you have joined a organization. Okay, let me go back to the home page. Here you are requesting for a new hire order guide. So if I just click here on new hire, a order guide, this is other concepts of catalogs, which is also equally important. So here, see, the new hire package includes all necessary tasks to enable your new employee to be productive on day one. Hardware provisioning, software access, account creation, everything is taken care. And what all services we are giving, we have a detailed information like Microsoft Office suite, Lenovo Carbon One laptop, email account creation. And these are fields are nothing but a variables we call. So who is your hiring manager? You can select. Okay, based on your selection, he'll also receive a notification for approving this request. Okay, so which group you belong to? Is it for HR or IT? You can select the domain. Are you a remote employee or are you like a report to office, and which location you work for? All this you can just fill the information. Once you go to choose options, you have options to choose, and once you expand it, you can see regarding that product you need any additional softwares, and if yes, you have to give them required for my project. If I want to add any validations from my leads, I can also add the attachment. Again, if I need a monitor, I can uh, go for accepting it. Otherwise, I can just set the toggle to disable state. For new account creation, see it states like mandatory. So here I'll just give like shreya@ibm.com. And coming here, corporate VPN, if you are requesting, see within one single request, you are raising multiple items. Okay, and when I just click on next button, see it is taking me to summary. And if there is a price, so your client says that there should be price, so it is like dollar 1,100. If I just click on order now, a order is created on my name and it goes for approval. I have to give some delivery instructions and information. Call me something. I can do something like this. Once I check out, it request is created, and where this request is stored in a request table. See, and that request will have a RITM. And what does RITM will do? RITM will again have a SC task. How this flow is being designed. Let me take this. Okay, on global search, you can paste the request. Or SC underscore request is a table where all the requests information is stored. So who has created, what is the due date of this request, what is the price of this request? See, what is the description, everything. What is the special instructions that user has given? Is it approved or is it still in requested state? If you just come here, see approval is triggered to the manager, and coming here, there are 4 RITMs. For each item, there is a flow again. If you just expand this, you can see the stage of flow. Let me open this. RITM is again very important. Requested item information will be under RITM only. SC underscore REQ underscore item is a table for this. And when I just scroll down, I can see there are no approvals. There is no SC task created, but if required, we can also create this. Okay, I can also approve it. See, from here, just come and approve this. As an admin, I'm able to do it. But how this approval is been triggered to manager? Okay, how I can trigger it to my manager's manager if my manager is on leave? Okay, SC task is created. When I just click on SC task again, I have approvals or group approvals if required. Otherwise, I can just set the state to complete and close the task. Okay, I'll show you how this workflow is working. So I'll just open the workflow from here. So we have a context underscore workflow is a place from where you can actually create your own workflow. A canvas for creating this workflow is available. See, begin steps, end steps will be there on each and every workflow. See, begin and end. If you just hover, you can see what is the activity begin. It is sending an approval to whom? To the user's manager. If it is approved, it goes for a condition check. Once the condition has been fulfilled, it goes for awaiting delivery. And once the delivery is done, a task is created and the task will set to complete and the process will end. If it is rejected, a catalog task is created saying sending a notification to user that your request has been rejected. Again, awaiting delivery for that if it is in progress or is in transit. So likewise, we can have our own flow. We can design it. Okay, let me close this. Maintain items is a table where all catalog items are taken care. I'll show you the backend creation of this order guide also. Before that, Apple 16. No, it is in different. I make my students create something like ordering of Apple 16 device from the portal, like they will be able to do it, create it in the backend view and will visible it on the portal, and the user can request. Once the request is placed, a request number is created and that request will again have RATMs, and again that RATM will have a SC task. So if the SC task team is going to fulfill the requirement, the task gets closed or completed. So how this all things are working? For example, let me show you a new hire order guide. See, I'll give a name for my order guide, under what catalogs it has to display, under what category it has to be shown. Everything will decide it. Does it need to have any rules? We'll also have it. Make sure it is active. And coming here, this is a description. This is a short. Sorry, this is the description. This is a short description, and what I was reading that is set here. And coming down, you can see request method. Is it a order, request, or a submit? You can choose your own type. Coming to variables, see hiring manager. Who is your hiring manager? Which group is this person joining? So the type is again reference. How many types are there in ServiceNow? What we can use. Coming to variable sets, variables and variable sets, these are important concepts. Rule bases, based on this items are displayed. Coming to UI policies, there are certain UI policies that are running. Okay, so likewise you will be configuring this order guides or record producers or catalogs, and you display them on the portal for the customers to utilize the functionality to place the request.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. Wish you a good day.
Thank you. Bye.